Hey, friends and family of Ronny's Farm to Table. It's a wonderful Tuesday morning in the Red River Valley. Well, actually, it's more about noon. I had a couple things to do. We have about 31 degrees, so right around 0 degrees Celsius. So it's not awfully cold, but this is here the calm before the storm. There's a storm coming in tonight, which is going to be blowing from the north in, and it's going to be like 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. But we are well protected from north winds. You see, we have all of this wooden line here, and then also across the yard, there's a neighbor who lives on the north side of us, who gives us a lot of protection as well with his tree line and buildings. So actually, before I start working here, I wanted to talk a little bit about something that I've been thinking about it, and it's something that happens quite often when I get a little bit sick. I become incredibly sentimental. You wouldn't believe it. So no, I was thinking this morning while I was sitting drinking my coffee and looking out the window, how incredibly blessed I am. I grew up not very wealthy. I was not even middle class. I was below middle class. And I grew up in an apartment which was basically smaller than this two-door garage behind me, together with my sister. And I've been blessed by so many things in my life. First of all, that I had a wonderful sister who took me in after our parents died and raised me until I was about the right age and moved out into my own apartment with a friend. But then also how blessed I was to go to America the first time in 2007. And then all of a sudden I met my new father, John. Most of you know him. He's a great guy. He's going to be in the show on Friday, finally. A 100th episode. He's going to be in the show. I told him I want to have 100 episodes just by myself, pretty much. And then I will start to include other people around me. So yeah, how incredibly blessed I was by him too. Then how incredibly blessed I am with my wonderful wife, Heidi. She has a lot of endurance to stick with me around. Germans are not easy, husbands most certainly. We're stubborn and all kinds of things. And how blessed I am to have this beautiful, amazing life here. Just when you think about it, I came basically from an apartment smaller than that in big Berlin city. And now I'm standing here each day and everything that I see belongs to our family. It's incredible, just incredibly humbling too that God who blessed me as well, made all of this happen. I never deserved it. I never been smart that way, where I out-competed other people. I never out-humbled other people. I was not the nicest guy in the world, but still, for some odd reason, life decided to bless me incredibly well beyond my needs. And every day I wake up and look at this. It's incredible. So, before I start getting even more sentimental, I just wanted to say I also feel very blessed by every single viewer of you guys. You're all amazing. You made this journey quite amazing. And I wanted to share my story a bit, my life, how it is living in Minnesota. Most of you know it, but there's some, most certainly my German friends, who don't know it. So along the weather is calm and still, we're gonna go behind the passive heating tent there and get that fixed. I actually saw a big crack coming right down in the middle there, and I will be able to fix it temporarily and keeping my fingers crossed, it's gonna last the season until I have the summer, so I can take the whole plastic off and deal with it otherwise. Then probably next winter we're gonna have a little greenhouse attached to it, basically a lean-to greenhouse. And then let's see what else we can do inside the barn. So let's get to it. Hey friends, so you just saw me fixing my passive heating tent. And just in case you don't really know what this is all about, we live in a very northern climate here where we have a lot of cold temperatures. We have up to 6 months winter up here. And I have no windows inside my mushroom barn or any kind of fresh air supply. So what I do have to do is I have a heat recovery air exchange system on the inside that sucks in air from the outside. And when you suck in air that's probably minus 40 degrees and pump it in, it's a lot of heating that I have to do on the inside. So there's two ways how I've overcome this issue of pumping too cold air. And the first thing is this passive heating tent. Basically right now it's just a plastic sheet with a bunch of black things on the inside. So anytime there's a sunny day, and usually when it's that cold, it's sunny, I'm able to open this up and it heats the area in there, and then the hot air gets sucked into my heat exchange system. And the second part is the heat exchange system. In my earlier episodes you can kind of see it where the pipes, they come in and they crisscross. So the warm air from the inside that's being pumped out crosses the air that's being pumped in from the outside, and they crisscross, and by the crisscrossing they exchange some of the heat and also some of the humidity as well. I have a little bucket underneath my heat exchanger in the inside that I will show you, and that thing fills up with moisture, mostly right now from the inside of my growing tents, because that's where all my humidity is, everything pumped out on a continuous base. But in the summer it will actually work the other way around, where it takes out the humidity from the outside and brings warm, nice, clean air into the inside of my growing tents. So this is my way to kind of trying to save a little bit of money, even though everything is perfectly insulated and there's no doors, no windows inside my grow room. But I do need the fresh air. As a mushroom grower, you do have to have fresh, oxygen-rich air. So, alrighty, well, let's go inside and see what we can do in there. Hey folks, welcome in the Crookston room. And when you see this setup, what does it mean? You're right, it's time for doing another substrate mix. Basically, the medium where my mushrooms grow in. And today will be the best substrate mix I ever did, ever. We have here all my supplements together finally. Here is my gypsum as a mineral, vermiculite as a good mineral, and over here in those little brown bricks is my coconut shavings, basically, coco coir, or however you say it. What I will do when thinking about is I will be using first these blocks, you get them moist, soften up, and then I will mix in gypsum and vermiculite in one tote here and have my wood pellets here moisten up, and we'll mix everything in this tote here. I have about 12 totes I have to go through. So what you have seen me do before is grabbing the straw, building a big bed on the bottom. Then I usually took a wood pellet layer, put it on top, a wet one, take some more straw, put it on it, and put another layer on it. That was the procedure that I did before in all of my substrate mixing. I think this is substrate mix number 8, but I'm not 100% sure. With this one, what I will do, put a big layer of straw on the top, then use all my nutrient mix on the very top, a nice really thick layer, put some more straw on it, then take the wood pellets and make a nice thick layer. It will be very interesting. I think this is a good shot of me improving my yields, and it's so important that I improve my yields. I've been saying it several times now, if I don't get my yields up, this is a hobby, and it's a very time-consuming hobby if I have to record everything. So push your thumbs, wish me luck that this is actually increasing my yield so I can make it into a business and live of it. Let's get started. Here we are, and I'm all dirty, messy, and wet, I suppose. But that's the fun of it, right? You go in there, you mix the substrate ingredients all together, and then you put it in a tote and put it up in the pasteurization chamber. It's gonna be in here now for about 6 hours, and you want to reach about an internal temperature of 160 degrees for at least 5 hours. That's what I'm kind of hitting for all the time, and then it's getting better lately, and I wanted to do it today because the next couple days is going to be colder. So I hope that with this warmer weather that we have right now, I will be able to get the temperature right up there, keep it up there for a long time. That should also help getting rid of contamination. Also, a lot of cool new nutrients and minerals and all these kind of good things in there. So the mushroom should be really, really happy. I have a good feeling about it. So I'm all messy. I gotta get inside, get cleaned up, change my clothes. But before I do that, I'm gonna bring Kaiser inside. So let's go do that quick. Well, folks, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there. Be nice to your partners, lovers, or whoever you like to have on Valentine's Days. All right. Come on, Kaiser, come. Time to go inside. Move it. You are my Valentine, aren't you? Yes, yes, you are a blessing too. I didn't count you in this morning, but you are. Come. Let's go inside, bud. Yep. There you go. Bye, Kaiser. Oh, yeah, come on. Go in. Stop complaining. See you tomorrow. Bye.